What's up, everybody? Welcome to Locked Up 365. Today I'm going to be talking about the manhunt that is going down in California right now over the 6 escaped convicts. They were in Merced County Jail Saturday, January 9th. They actually escaped right before midnight. The manhunt started Sunday, January 10th. If you're new to my channel and you like jail-related content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I will keep you up to date on all things jail related. Alright, let's jump straight into this. Saturday, January 9th, 6 inmates somehow gained access to the roof. They made a homemade rope, probably out of sheets and stuff like that. They scaled down the jail wall and ran off to their freedom. The guards found out they were missing right before midnight, and this started the manhunt Sunday morning because the jail had to go into lockdown and all that, alert the authorities, and I'm sure they did a search of the perimeter. So the actual manhunt started Sunday, January 10th. Now, they have put out a $5,000 reward for each one of the individuals. If you turn them in, which I couldn't do this, but if you see them and you turn them in, the U.S. Marshals will give you $5,000 if your tip leads to an arrest of one of these individuals. Okay, Edgar Ventura was arrested. He was apprehended on Tuesday afternoon, about 40 miles south of the Merced jail. He was in custody originally on charges of being a felon in possession of a firearm, participation in criminal street gang, and probation violation. That is all according to the sheriff's office, okay? And there's 2 more, so there's only 3 at large right now. 3 have been apprehended. The other 2, you got 21-year-old Andre Rodriguez of California and 22-year-old Fabian Roman. Fabian Roman was incarcerated for murder. Now, the Rodriguez, he was being held for attempted murder. Alright, so out of the 6, 3 are rearrested. 2 of them were big-time charges, attempted murder, and then the other one, he had firearm charges, and he was also charged with being in a street gang. Now, the 3 that are still on the run is Barron, who is described as a Hispanic man standing 5 feet, 5 inches tall, weighing 140 pounds. He was in custody for a probation violation. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't going to say I wouldn't go ahead and dip out if I had the chance, but if you're only in there on a probation violation, it depends on what his original charge is. But they didn't mention it in here, so I'm assuming that it's not like big time like murder or something like that. So he just threw an escape on top of his probation. So he has no chance of getting out. He knows his case. He might not have had a chance of getting out anyway. That's why he flew the coop. I might have done the same thing in the situation depending on my charges. If I'm in there and I don't have much time, like I might only get a few years or something, I'm just going to lay down. I'll let everybody just walk on out the door. I'll lay down. Screw it. I ain't going to go add another 5-10 years onto my sentence for 4 or 5 days of freedom, because you know they're going to eventually catch up to you. Coronado, who is described as a Hispanic male, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 225 pounds. He was being held on charges of attempted murder, shooting at an inhabited dwelling, participation in a street gang, being a felon in possession of a firearm, and probation violation. These are some very serious charges. I see why this guy wanted to dip out, because he's probably facing anywhere from like 20 to 50 years, I would say, give or take. If he gets hit with that attempted murder, along with everything else, he might never see the light of day again. Leon, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in 165 pounds, was in custody on charges of assault with a firearm, shooting at an inhabited dwelling, invading a police officer, reckless driving, participation in a criminal street gang, and carrying a loaded firearm. So the shooting at an inhabited dwelling is like somebody's house where somebody resides. And it's not like attempted murder, but it's like right below that because they were shooting at a house with people inside of it. He's got the evading police, reckless driving, so he apparently tried to get away, obviously. A lot of these guys had some serious charges, so I see why they took off. If I was in their situation, I can't say that I wouldn't go, because I probably would if I had all these charges, because they're not looking at like a year or two. They're looking at probably 15 to 50 years. Some of them with the murder charge, they may never get out. You know, I don't know how hard California is on, you know, each state's different, but in Kentucky with these charges, you're going to get smoked. So yeah, they're offering up $5 grand for each escapee. They will apprehend these people probably within the next week. I figured that they would have already rounded all of them up, because when they post $5 grand on each escapee, these guys are probably going to their girl's house, their family's house, their homie's house. You know, almost every one of them has gang ties, so they have friends everywhere. But when they throw up $5,000 reward, usually somebody wants that $5 grand. That's just how people are. They're greedy. I'm not saying that they shouldn't call, because these people are wanted for murder and everything else. I think the guy with the probation violation really messed up. He probably should have just laid down, but it don't say his original charge in here. Alright, that's all I have on this topic. I will keep you up to date on this manhunt that's going on in California. The next video will not be as long as this one, because there's no reason for me to go over the entire situation, the whole manhunt and their charges and everything again. So I will probably just present it in like a 1 or 2 minute video, just to give everybody the facts and keep you up to date on what's going on. If anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or become a member of my Patreon, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Thanks for watching Locked Up 365.